This is Providence Television International, the game changer.
Good day and welcome to the maiden edition of our profession and you. My name is Ugbebo Ikikwa. On the program, Our Profession and You, will be looking at the various professions that we have. They are numerous and how they actually affect the individuals out there. We'll be starting off today with a wonderful topic, the role of satellite technology and map data. This is in regards to national security and development. And we have in the studio an expert in satellite technology, which in their field is also known as remote sensing. He is an assistant professor at the Department of Geoinformatics and GIS Applications Institute of Space Science and Engineering. That is a faculty of the African University of Science and Technology, Abuja. He heads the Special Data Infrastructure Division at NASRODA and is the leader of the Grid 3 training team to Edo State. Incidentally, he also happens to be the present vice chairman of the Immaculate Conception College National class of 94. I am very, very happy to introduce to you Dr. Innocent Bello. You're welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure having me here with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming down. Now, could you throw a little light on what satellite technology is all about?
Okay, the concept of satellite technology is seen from a remote sensor. In other words, just as we have eyes, our eyes don't touch what we see, but it sees it because there's a distance. So satellite technologies deals with payloads, deals with sensors, launched into orbit several kilometers, about 6,000 kilometers or thereabout, to help us monitor the Earth, monitor variables, monitor, changes, in our environment. And unlike Moon is a natural satellite.
Okay.
But the satellite technology we are talking about is based on the electromagnetic, system. Is technology that is based on engineering, hardware, software, and launch it to orbit to provide us information about the Earth, so that we'll be able to use it to monitor changes and make informed decisions for national security, for development, for agriculture, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So, how would you term the development of satellite technology in Nigeria presently?
Indeed, I can tell you wholeheartedly that the National Space Research and Development Agency, Nigeria, has been able to launch a partnership with other experts, 7 satellites. In fact, we have 7 satellites launched already. We have the Nice Comsat, we have the Nigeria Sat 1, 2, Sat S, we have the communications. In fact, all put together, Nigeria has launched 7 satellites. And these satellites are for monitoring the environment, like the Nigeria Sat is an environmental monitoring satellite. We also have the communication satellite, NASCON Sat 1, NASCON Sat Arrow, and Delta and others. So Nigeria is the leading space agency in Africa.
Oh, really?
With expert trained in China, in UK, in Netherlands, like me, I trained in Netherlands, and all over the country, in the US. In fact, all the resources put together, more than 200 PhD holder, more than 300 MScs, and to say the least. So we also have, an Institute of Space Science and Engineering. Okay. It's an academic part of it, which is also an affiliate of the African University of Science and Technology in Abuja. In fact, the essence is not only to have capacity in satellite technology development, but to also have manpower and the resources to launch and also apply those results, the product, for national development, and it cuts across series of different sectors, ranging from agriculture, like for precision agriculture, for communication, for policing, for security, for works, for housing, cadastral mapping. In fact, we have a full department called the Strategic Space Application Department that is handling that. We also have the Mission Planning and Satellite Data Management Department that is helping us to make sure that our data are stored and archived and released to users. Remember, the goal of the Space Agency, NASA, is research and development. So it's not a money-making, no, it's to help government cut down costs by training manpower that will enable them to tackle challenges and provide relevant data for the government to make informed decisions that will better the country. Thank you.
And so, so many individuals, because I thank God that you talked about development, national development. When it comes to security, what is the major role that satellite technology has to play?
Beautiful. You see, security is about awareness, knowing what is happening, what may happen. And that's why we term it from our own perspective, geospatial intelligence.
Okay.
The geospatial intelligence is interpreting satellite images, knowing what is where, when, how, what if. So ability to monitor over time through trend analysis, time series analysis, and be able to do what we call change detection and analysis provides us the enabling, environment to be able to understand changes in the variables, in the movement of things, in the changes of things. So it enables those in the field, especially the military, the police, the DSS, to have reliable, bankable information that will enable them carry out their operation. You can't just go into the field without understanding how the field looks like, without having a foreknowledge of, the geography, the road network, the hills, resources available. So before you go to site, you're supposed to have an image map. An image map is a satellite image or area photo that has been cartographically enhanced to make them readable, to make them understandable, and to make them usable. So when you have a satellite image showing the various areas you are deployed to monitor, you can have the road properly, enhanced, the various, hotspots, and then based on that, you deploy resources. So, and that leads us to maps.
Okay.
The importance of maps. What are maps? Maps are graphically enhanced geospatial data. In other words, they are pictorial, they are visual in nature. In other words, you see it. It shows us the vector primitive, line features, point features, area features. And these features are what we have around us: road network, built up area, vegetation, rock outcrop, water bodies, farmlands. So a map will show you all this, even hotspots, strategic information, strategic infrastructure, which in the event of, you trying to move around or do your resources, you'll be able to say, so and so they are in so and so places. So you have to be careful. So maps are they are fundamental because we call it pictorial representation of geospatial information. So because they are pictorial representation, you discover that rather than writing, a map, like a picture, covers more than 1,000 terms. So a picture says more than just letters. So maps are good. We have topographic maps, we have thematic map. Topographic map is showing the terrain and all what is there. But thematic map are special purpose map.
Okay.
They are maps that are designed to address specific issue.
Okay.
For example, if you are going to the field, if it's for security, we produce security maps. If it is for precision agriculture, we produce agricultural yield map, agriculture maps. If it is for maybe for urban development, we give you cadastral map. If it's for layout, we give you that map. For anything that is unique, a map can be designed for that. Okay. Even for broadcasting, for the movement of troops, for the movement of media men where they need to go to, you can have a map so that you don't get lost. Okay, and thank God, because of satellite technology, remote sensing, and internet, we now have what we call digital maps. Not just ordinary digital maps, they are web maps now that are in the map. For example, the Google map, we hold the OpenStreet map, and all whatnot. You can see they can be used for navigation, even where you've not been to the area before. Just use it; it takes you there. Although some persons have said Google map mislead, no, it doesn't actually mislead. What happens is that when roads, when you pass such area, it sees it as a linear. Whether the width, it cannot tell, but it can show you that this is a path to pass. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, let us now look at geographic information services. You were recently in Benin, and I know you visited the office in Benin. What was the purpose of that visit?
Yes, the purpose of the visit is to train state manpower on Grid 3. The Grid 3 is the georeferenced infrastructure demographic data for development program. It's a part of a bigger global initiative which aims to improve access to data for decision making all participatory countries. In other words, the Grid 3 Nigeria project works across all states. We have 37 states, including FCT taken as a state in Nigeria, to collect accurate, complete, and geospatially referenced data relevant to a variety of sectors. We also have the global one, which was launched in March 2008. In other words, the Grid 3 is aimed at providing, like I said, data for about 11 sectors, for administrative boundaries, for agriculture, for commerce, for education, for energy, health and safety, public facilities, religion, security, settlement, water and sanitation. So we believe that the government and individual cannot do much until we have reliable data set, bankable data set, up-to-date data set that are reliable for informed decisions. So the goal of the Grid 3 is to ensure that governments across the world have reliable data they can access freely. So we are in Edo State to train those in the geospatial data production sector, the MDAs, and users too, so that they will know how to extract spatial layer, produce maps, and upload them in the Geoportal. The Geoportal is there, free. Just upload them. So the data is free for everybody. So we don't have to keep suffering in Nigeria. You discover that we have paucity of data, but Grid 3 is there to ensure that data are available. And Grid 3 globally is like the National Geospatial Data Infrastructure. Now, the National Geospatial Data Infrastructure is the Nigeria aspect of it. Nigeria has its own National Geospatial Data Infrastructure, NGDI. The bill is ongoing. The policy, National Geoinformation Policy, has been ratified, and any moment from now, the Federal Executive Council will be passing it as a fake, bill. So the Nigeria Geospatial Data Infrastructure is supposed to be a clearinghouse for knowing what is where. If instead of going from one ministry to the other, just go search in, put in keyword, it will bring out the data set you need. If it is free, you download freely. If there are value addition, a little token, you pay. But the goal is that you don't have to leave where you are. Just sit down and request for data like what is obtainable in Europe, in Asia, in America. You don't keep going from offices to the other. Just from your comfort of your zone, you press a button and you have what you want. There are MDAs, node agencies. Node agencies are those that are contributing data set by what they produce. Like the Office of your General, like the National Space Research and Development, like the Nigeria Geological Survey Agency, National Population Commission, and all other key stakeholders. They contribute and they also use. And these data are based on standard. They are based on, quality metadata. Metadata is information describing the data set you are contributing, that someone can review to say, yes, this data is relevant, it's good for me, it doesn't meet my purpose, yes, it meets my purpose, is it fit for purpose, is it fit for use? So metadata provides that. So it's all a gamut of progressive technology towards national development, security, and good welfare for the people.
All right. You just mentioned the National Population Commission.
Yes.
What is the relationship between satellite technology and census?
Oh, beautiful. In fact, it may interest you to know that the National Space Research and Development Agency is in partnership with the National Population Commission in enumeration, area demarcation, and all aspects of census. So now, before you go out and count or do head count, you have to know the villages. You have to know the settlement. You need to see where they are. You don't just go into the bush. Satellite technology provides you the background information of where there are houses, of where people are dwelling. So based on that, you can demarcate and call it this enumeration area demarcation map. You produce a map from it before going to the field to validate what you have and then do your census count.
And so, since last census in 2006, has it had any negative effect as regards is it a remote sensing, as you call it?
Not at all. I think remote sensing has helped to provide up-to-date information.
Exactly.
Unlike in 2006, you agree with me, there has been development. Areas where you have maybe 10 houses, now it has multiplied over time as a result of increase in population. They have developed. The development has increased in horizontally and vertically. So based on image review, satellite image, you can see the changes. So satellite image enables you or helps you to know what has changed, so that you can use it to plan and know that it's not the settlement you met last time you are going to meet now. It has improved. So it helps you to put men and resources together to be able to do the task.
Okay, the information we actually did get it that there were some gifts that were given at Edo GIS.
Yes.
Could you throw some light on that?
Oh, beautiful. In fact, the goal of the Grid 3 is to make sure that you have the technology to work, both the hardware, software, and the internet, because the Grid 3 data must be uploaded in the portal. Since they will be uploaded in the portal, we have to provide the gadget for them to work. You can't send a man to the farm without hook, cutlass, or whatnot. So we are doing the training currently for Edo State in Edo GIS along Saple Road in Benin City. It spans between 2nd and 6th of October. So NASDAQ provided the enabling environment, the human resources, to make sure that they transfer that knowledge of strategic space application to teach MDAs dealing with all these core data sets we mentioned on how to, extract these data sets, upload them in a GIS environment and make the data available for use.
And is that training? Is it presently free?
Oh, it's free. It's free for all the key MDAs invited. In fact, we provide lunch, provide break, breakfast, and in the end, they will be doing little tests just to show how far they have known and given certificate. And we expect that after the training, they will carry it on, and if possible, train others too. Train other MDAs if they are interested that are generating geospatial data, so that they can continue from there. In fact, I must inform you, during the opening ceremony, the MD, she was very happy that he want to collaborate with the National Space Research and Development Agency in the training of GIS. She's an essay surveyor, but she discovered that without GIS these days you can do virtually nothing. GIS is applied in every walks of life, in the aerospace, in booking flight. Now the variant of GIS is in bank. When you click and it gives you results. GIS just a map. Now you can also geotag it to have a map. In the health sector, you go there these days, they just put your number and it brings out information about you. So GIS is being applied in agriculture, in survey, virtually in everywhere. So if you are working for government and you say you don't know about GIS, the earlier I will advise you quickly set up a GIS department or a GIS division that will be handling satellite image, GIS, and all whatnot. And GIS is Geographic Information System. Some call it Geographic Information Service, some call it Geographic Information Science, some call it Geoinformatics, some call it Geomatics. It's all about the technology, a computer-based technology for data acquisition, storage, retrieval, manipulation, analysis, and that's what makes GIS great. It's able to carry out analysis of what will be if so and so parameters are put together.
All right.
And predict and then produce a map for you, a visualization, a geovisual analytics to carry out analysis and trend and then give,
Well, Dr. Bello, you have been talking passionately about this, and so just on a final note, if one wants to key into this whole satellite technology thing, what are the procedures? What does it take?
What it takes is as simple as ABC. 1, a computer, because it's a computer-based system. 2, knowledge in geography.
Okay.
In astronomy, in basic geospatial engineering, just knowledge about what is where.
Okay.
You have to have knowledge of environment, knowledge of the physics, the dynamics, the engineering, anything that has to do with electronics or how you can digitally capture data.
Okay. Okay.
Geospatial data. When we say geospatial data, we mean data that have location, that are location based, that you can tie location to. So that's what it takes. And again, interest. You need interest. You need interest.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Bello, for coming
It's a pleasure.
on the program. A real pleasure. Well, we have actually started it off on a wonderful note, our profession and you. Maybe some other time in future, we'll have Dr. Bello come into the studio to really tell us of some little other aspects as regards satellite technology and the use, or rather the essence of map data in national security and development. Once again, thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure.
Thank you very much.
And so viewers out there, as usual, Providence Television International is always out there to give you the best. We are the game changer. So on this note, I'll say, don't go away. Please stay tuned.